Hello everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm doing a quick video, a quick update to keep you guys posted on certain things. I did receive a few um, questions and a couple of clarifications that I'm going to do now. Um, Obviously, there are certain things that I can't quite talk about specifically, and they might be meaningless to the layman, but to others, it's too much of putting the pieces together of how things evolve or how things work, all right? Or how we're able to communicate like this under these circumstances. Nonetheless, I only say that because um, the circle, the geometrical circle, as plain and simple as it might be, has a very important significance if you know how to look at it the right way. So it's simply like a portal, right? It's a circle. It opens on one end and it has another outlet on the other. Just like the sun is a portal, and you can go through the sun portal, and you can participate in whichever direction that takes you out of. There's a lot of explanations about how this works, and I've seen videos where it's explained partially in a way that I can relate to the knowledge and the concepts behind what they spoke about. So it does make a lot of sense to me in that way. Let's see. So to answer that question, there's a few questions here that I need to, or a few things that I need to address specifically, so we can get to that. So a lot of us have been through trials and tribulations on Earth, and I am going to only speak to one part of the aspect of how that works, because significantly I'm going to speak about the physical part of the process. I'm not going to speak about anything. I'm going to speak about the significant part of the process. I'm not going to speak about anything that doesn't matter or that doesn't have any substance, nothing that's not tangible that you can have an idea of. So if you and I are sharing the same experiences, and we can both say that, yes, I've been there and I've done that, and I remember when that happened specifically, then you can relate in that way, because it was a non-physical experience that we have both um, uh, experienced, right, outside of ourselves, for example. So I'm going to get to this later, and probably in a different video I'll address it a little more, because I want to be concise and I want to be precise about what I'm saying here. So let's get to the first thing here. Um, okay, let's see. I'm going to see if I can connect with you. Hmm. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're a little busy. That's okay. But I'll keep it as simple as possible, and I'll explain it in a way that it's understandable for the both of us. So you were looking for a little vengeance. You were looking for a remediation. You wanted to be um, acknowledged in the physical sense of what these beings, these dark reptilian beings, did to you. So you asked, and it's a funny story, because we went out looking for these reptilians, and they were there, um, but the consciousness of the beings that were in that presence, right? So there was three of us, and we had to all kind of be at that same level of understanding, and your level of understanding wasn't exactly there. Like, you were really like, let's go, you were all amped up, yeah, let's go and do it. And then the other guy said, hey, calm down, because what happened is, um, there wasn't enough energy to bring it all together. Yeah, it's something else like that. Exactly. Right. But in that case, then these beings weren't physically available for us to capture them, so to speak. But like a lion, and then we have these two lion cubs, and then One guy said, the other guy said, well, not you, but the other guy said, we need to, you need to calm down because then they're gonna escape. Is kind of what he said, and you were like, all right, I'm gonna calm down. I'm so jacked up. And the way that I kind of saw you was, you had this huge axe, this huge axe, and you were just ready to chop it up. I think the other guy was a little more prepared mentally because he kind of knew what he was going into in a way. And it's like you were just running out the door and you picked out and what am I gonna get? The ball and chain, this and the sword, but you picked up an axe and right. And anyway, the other guy he had a what did he have? He had a sword. He looked like he was more prepared, like a ninja would be prepared. His preparedness was like that. Visually speaking, that I can that I can remember now because we can make this kind of connection together, right? Right, like a huge lizard with wings, right? Something like that. Great. Exactly. So, right. So then they were kind of lead. I don't want to say what happened exactly because I don't want to lead anyone else into a false narrative. Right, we don't want to just go out there and ruin the whole story. I just want to get to the point. I think I'm going to do a quick video and then I'm going to get to something else soon, hopefully. In any case, yeah, so then we were able to find him, right? We were to find he expanded his wings. We looked and we found them, and then you just guys went right to it and you chopped these things up and, you really did it. I mean, like you really took it out on them. The other guy was a little more concise. He was more I don't know. I like a surgical about it. You just went in there and you grinded this thing up like you were gonna do sushi or something. You were just right, blah 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 blah. You wanted more, definitely. But then the vibrations came down, right? We achieved the goal. You asked for this, and it was given to you. And here I am. I'm saying, all right, you know what? I think we're done. And I witnessed that a lot. I witnessed the experience of what that was, and it was great. I'm like, wow, I didn't think that was, astral travel or something. I didn't think it was that easy to manifest that kind of experience, and how we all got together from different backgrounds and then we actually accomplished this at a different level was actually pretty cool. The other guy, he's doing his own thing. He knows he's gone to his own path, but he knows about the winged serpent or whatever they call that thing, which is present there because we both all had to have a presence to witness that kind of thing. Make sure that we don't do anything out of control, and that you are in fact going after which is almost impossible to make that kind of mistake here, depending on your level of awareness. But you did the right thing. I loved you for it. It was great. The other guy, he came in. He just wanted to. All he said is just give me one. I want one. Like just that one. And he was patient enough to want it and have it done right. But then you said, I want it now. Where is it? And where are they? And that's that kind of magnetic. The magnetism around that is a little complicated, but I think you kind of know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. The other thing that I remember mostly was the other example that I want to give regarding this scenario was when I was invited. I was invited to a okay, all right, so I'm going to talk about something that's multidimensional. Thank you for asking. Multidimensional. Okay, so out of my own personal experience, something that's interdimensional. Great. So way back when, before we even hit 2010, way back when, I had an experience where um, I was working because I work customer service. Is what I do. That's where my background is. I'm also a medical interpreter as well. So a lot of things line up with that, and your vocabulary has to be great. You have to interpret the word precisely for what it's equal or equivalent on the opposite language. A very basic example, you can say, well, it's raining cats and dogs, and then if I'd say that in Spanish, it isn't really raining cats and dogs, but you have to have that level of awareness where you can fluidly bring about the experience, the tone, and the idea and the urgency behind what the words of the person that's trying to convey. So if there's sadness, you have to go through that empathic feeling of going to the other language and explaining in that way. So that's a whole different field that can be explored. Um, and it helped a lot. But I was doing this scenario, and I'm going back to multidimensionality here. The scenario was very unique. So I was minding my own business. I was helping someone on the phone, and a group of beings, higher dimensional beings. They were black in color. We were in a circle, and we were having a conversation that I don't have any clue what we said or what happened at all. But we had this experience that was just bizarre and out of, you wouldn't believe it if I told you. What I felt was by location. So I was on the phone and talking, but my consciousness awareness wasn't physically in front of a computer on the phone. I felt myself more as being in an astral plane, so to speak. Like if your soul goes out of your body, I felt as if being in an astral plane. Oh, thank you. And I like Rick and Morty, by the way. I know you don't like it. I do. But the actual plane level, we were there. We were up there. We were having a conversations. I was in a circle with a group of other beings that were in front of me, and I could see them they were in front of me, right? Two, and then another one. Was four of us, and we were having a conversation. The reason why I know that I must have traveled through time, or that the actual yeah, you should listen into that next video. Hopefully I'll get something good for you. um, the reason why I knew that I actually had an experience of being an out of body and having a conversation with these cedar race, right? Where they were in charge, but I came back into my body, and I just felt like I was just flowing through the whole conversation. And I looked at the time on my clock; it's like 10 minutes past. But I only remember just taking that call, being beamed up. If you want to just give it a very basic idea of an example, they put me right back down, and it's been 10 minutes, and I was just talking as if I had that conversation myself. I finished. I knew everything that happened there within that instant, as if I was. It was a weird bilocation, right? That's one way you can say it. So just a little tidbit. We're all interdimensional. Okay, that's a little tidbit here. And because we're interdimensional, we can be in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension at the same time with the same presence here that we have on this physical body, because we can do that. Not everybody can do something like that, and I never had that experience before. But since I was made aware of it, okay, and it kind of just ends there, the video. I'm just gonna finish it in a second. But since I was made awareness, I realized that me being who I am and being a human here on this planet, I can have that sort of future to look forward to, that these things are possible. And I was never ever really able to do that again. It was a thing that I was always remember. It's just difficult, and it's a difficult experience to forget. It just comes out of your soul. It's a presence, it's a memory that's there forever with you. So that happened, and I remember that I was just I was we were taken back home because they had offered they always offered a late late night shift where they bring you right to your doorstep each and every night. And in during the ride back home, it felt like a lightning bolt hit me, and I just felt this, going through my nervous system. I felt this thing just kind of and then just shoot out of my leg. I've heard people talk about those kind of experiences as well in the past, which is strange because the moment that they realized this has happened, if we weren't sharing the same experience where I felt that I was bilocating and having a conversation with somebody, they explained it to them themselves, and there was different circumstances to how they perceived their specific experience before they had this electrical shock. So I leave you with that. I don't think there's any other questions, but I know I'm doing this out of order. I didn't feel the need to have to come on and do this. I only did this for that other bilocation experience where we had the winged beast or whatever that thing was, um, finding reptilians for us. And I hear people used to eat them, cook them after you know they chop them up. But in any case, I'd like to leave you guys well, and I'm going to come back and do another video. I've decided to do this because there is no time, and quite honestly, I have very little time to come out and do these videos. But when I think of something or someone that needs to hear any kind of information, any sort of confirmation of what they've been going through, any soul contract of what would be a perceived abduction or some kind of out of body experience that you may have, then I'm going to bring that to your awareness. The circles, it's hmm, you know, I I'll keep myself mindful of this idea. Maybe I'll just write down a few things regarding this so I can explain it more. But it's very advanced things. If you feel this video is not for you, just don't, take it off. Just say, hey, you know what? He's not really mentioning anything worthwhile for now. I do have something important that I did say on my last video that I'd make one right now, but I just like to take care of those that are at a different plane, at a different level. The other stuff, it's you working and doing a lot of internal work so that you can achieve a a level of understanding where maybe you can do your own channeling, right? So I leave you guys well. I leave you guys, in good spirits. I am going to do quite a little bit of work after I'm done, and then plan my next video. At least get it ready, and then deliver as best as I can, so I can cover, the other thing that we were talking about. So in any case, guys, I hope you have a great day. It was nice seeing you. It was nice talking to you, and just keep them coming. Keep them coming, and I'll address it as best as I can and when I can. Have a good one.